here we go. Hold on. Here we go. Work. It's a cool deer, guys, because well, the 2019 Rut Week is finally here, and I couldn't be more excited than to be sitting in one of my favorite deer stands watching deer enjoy the fruits of our hard labor. We have timed the rut perfectly as we use our Bigfoot cell cameras to notice changes in the patterns of our breeder does. Our big does tend to run for cover and they'll disappear from camera activity, as we also pick up signs of big bucks crossing food plots randomly at different times throughout the day and the night. This is a sign that it's time to get in the woods because the rut is on. We've had a nice cold front come through, the temperatures have dropped, and the deer have come from everywhere to eat this morning. Bops and Preston have both dropped big deer already, and I'm feeling lucky this morning with the amount of does coming out in this food plot. It might just be my morning. A little spike enters from my left that I have seen before. He loves to come around and harass the ladies, and he likes to eat a little bit too. Now these deer continue to mess around for a while, and then they eventually move down to the end of this food plot. The spike disappears at the very end of this food plot into a path into the woods while the two does stay out in the food plot. And within 30 seconds, another deer walks out of that same path, but it's a bigger body and it has a rack. At first I thought it was the spike, but then my scope told me that it was a shooter. Unfortunately, by the time all this happened, I had put my camera down and turned it off. Well guys, it's a chilly Georgia morning, and I've been surrounded by does this morning. There's been a lot of does just out here playing in this food plot. There's been some on this side, there's been some down the middle, and there's been a little spike chasing these four does all around here. And I've been looking down this end of this death row right here, and I saw a nice buck at the end, and I just shot him. He stepped into the pines, he came right back out and fell right in the food plot, so I'm gonna go check him out. He's at the end of death row. So sorry guys, I didn't get that on film. I have my camera set up and everything as good as you can in the stand, hoping to turn it on real quick and hit record. But I tell you, there's nothing harder than filming deer hunting, deer in the rut, because things just happen so quick. I mean, my father-in-law, we call him Bops, his big deer stepped out yesterday, boom, had to happen right away. He's crossing a narrow food plot. And then Preston deer last night stepped out crossing the food plot, boom. You know, it's just no time to turn on cameras. And I didn't have time this morning either. This boy was standing 200 yards down here, and I had to take the shot while I had him broadside. I wasn't going to miss that opportunity. He looked like a decent little shooter. We'll see. But man, my food plot looks good in here, guys. Oh man, look at this. Look at this food plot. Man, there is clover coming up in there. There's clover coming up in there. Oats. Look at that. That's awesome. I haven't even been down here yet. I love this. Deer step out into this and they start eating. You can see down there, there's my stand all the way down there. And it's a nice nice little shooter plot right here. I see him right there. He was standing right at the very end down there. That 308 tore him up. There you go, nice little rack there. Look at that. Whew. Good body deer. Nice rack. Oh, it's good. Got good symmetry, man. I love the symmetry of that. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Cool, man. Awesome cold Georgia morning out here. There's been deer just running everywhere out here this morning. Does. And a little spike chased them forever down there. So here comes Bops down here to help me. So we're gonna get this bad boy loaded up.
That's where it was?
No, he actually, he was standing right there at the end of the.
That's 200 yards.
I know, it's 200 yards.
I know that. I know that distance.
But he went in. There was a spike.
Right, man.
There were two does.
What'd you do to him? Take a bite out at him?
I blew his heart out, man.
Oh my God.
That 308 was accurate.
Where'd you hit him at? I mean, where was he?
So he was standing right there, putting his rack up into the trees, right there at the end, very end. And he was standing broadside, just stretched. He stretched up really high, and I just had such a perfect.
Come out of there.
Yeah, what happened was there were two does standing right here.
This is the one you were telling me about.
Yeah, there were two does down here at the end, and a little spike came down here, was messing with him. He's been messing with them all over the food plot. He came down here.
I said that was a good sign.
I know, and the spike went into the end right there, and then a minute later, this guy walked out where the spike went in, and I'm like, wait a minute, I don't think that's the same deer. I saw a bigger body and a bigger rack.
Man.
And then he walks out, and he puts his rack up into the trees there. And I was like, oh man, he's got a shooter rack. So I shot him.
Right.
I shot him
So
from.
You could tell that. Oh, he's beautiful.
I saw his rack. I was like, I saw 8 points. Thank you.
I'm so glad.
I saw 8 points, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna take him.
We can go home now.
Now we can bow hunt. So.
Oh man, beautiful rack.
I know, right?
They absolutely match.
That's cool, ain't it? Yeah.
That is freaking beautiful, man.
Yeah, I know.
Look at that thing.
He's nice.
Put your tongue in.
Get him around this way.
I thought that was a deer. That was me. I told you I got to go to the bathroom. It's been 2 days. That worked pretty good, actually, grabbing the legs there.
All right. Hold him right there now, Jimbo. He smells.
There's the blood. Please don't make me get any on me. Good. I'm a professional. I get the blood on myself. Good job.
There we go.
Good job.
Truck's all nice and
Tell
bloody.
you what.
In the last couple of days.